and I'm kind of getting a better understanding of how it works.
Yeah,
now.
cool.
But
cool.
she's getting into, like, now she's talking about the coding part, which is what you were talking about yesterday. But you're saying you have the DOM and you have the React DOM, so thank you. It only communicates with the DOM when you're writing something.
That's right.
Nothing else changes. It's the React DOM. So it makes more sense to me now.
Yeah, good.
But it's just now, I guess the language, which is obviously JavaScript, but like because you remove certain things,
It may look a little different depending on when their tutorial was made.
Yeah.
Because you can also do React with the older style JavaScript where you write out the full function name and stuff like that. But the more modern way to do it is with ES6 and classes, which I'm going to show you guys.
No, she was doing ES6, but I think what she's doing different from you is you've skipped a lot of the setup because we're using CodePen.
Right.
Like she had to download the npm packages and the node packages.
We'll do that a little later.
Right.
We'll do that somewhere around Lab 8.
Learn how to steer the vehicle first, and then you can.
That's right. I want people able to make stuff right away. Then we'll deal with how you set up your environment.
That's what she kind of lost me. She was like connecting to a server and and then you download the
That's what I
extensions.
find.
So I'm like, oh.
They always spend so much time in the beginning.
Yeah.
And at the end, you don't really know what you did. You just try and followed it.
Yeah.
And then hours later, you finally get to write some code.
I think the good thing for me though is because she downloaded the extension for like Chrome and you can look at pages that already have React.
Yes.
So then I can use that now to get an idea of how I'm going to structure
That is so handy. Yeah. Good call. You're on YouTube. You're streaming on YouTube right now, Molly. The camera's going. Oh, that's great. Oh, no, not me.
Did I miss a lot yesterday? Because I didn't go back and watch the video.
Okay, so go back and watch it.
Yeah.
But the first thing we're going to do today is a little bit of review.
Okay.
So let me get things started.
All right.
You should be able to. You should be able to catch up, no problem.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've already received my
the paper? Yes.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, guys. Let's get this party started.
Tim, I did a challenge.
You did, huh? Cool. Was it the donkey one?
Yeah. Yes, right? This is how it works. I don't see a challenge with the third.
That is true. That's true.
Right? I was a little confused with that.
Yeah. It's kind of a two-part. Because in one, you had to adjust the unit test to make it find the problem.
Yes.
And then the other one, it's already finding it, and you had to fix the component. So it's sort of two-part. But I think the third one was just an example. I think. I don't know, I wrote it a little while ago. I have to check.
Yeah, the one about just adding
Okay.
the visitor.
We got to get this thing started. We are running slightly late. Okay, guys. Let's warm it up. First thing you're going to want to do is log into Leaflet and navigate over to Lab 2. Is anybody not registered? The ODD 420 Real World React. Good to see you, dude. Yeah. So it should have your same login, and then there'll be a new one in the available courses. So you want,
This one?
yeah, cool. So hit the register. There's only one class, so boom, cool. And then you're in there. So then if you hit this, it's going to show you all your labs. Yeah. Yeah, pretty good, eh? Yeah. It's getting slick. Alrighty, guys. So let's talk about what our goal for today is. Today we are going to change gears a little bit and move over to the design side of things a little bit. So yesterday we learned how to make the stateless function, which is our most basic React component. At the end, I went a little bit quick and showed you guys how to do a unit test. I felt like I did move a little bit fast on that. So, yeah, I was trying to get it done before the end, just so you could see the whole thing work. But I mentioned there's a couple of extra challenges you can try out in the resources there if you want. Those should help you get the idea a little better. And then this morning, I will show you guys, maybe I can show you a little bit of the back end of Leaflet here, just so you can get some idea about these design choices we're going to be looking at today. And I'm going to use it to, yeah, we will be, but give me 1 second here. Get my projector up. And I'm going to post a little extra resource for you guys, which is a video that I made this morning. Yes, today's lab 2.
Will you go professor mode as well with the link? Do you have the link ready with the professor mode?
Yes. Ah, good, projector. Okay, so here's where you're going. If anybody is not yet enrolled, then the one you're looking for is this real world React right down here. So that's the one we're after. Now, once you are enrolled, I click on the view, and then here's all of our labs. So today we're on lab 2 here, but let's take a quick little look at our lab 1, just by way of review here before we go too far. So if you missed any of the last class, otherwise known as yesterday, then this will be a quick little review for you. So first things first, okay, looking down the list here, looks like everyone has posted something except Travis. That guy. So close to 100% participation, but my dream's shattered. It's okay. I'm just mentioning it because what you are for sure going to want to submit a URL before tomorrow. So here's how the scheduling goes, guys. Yesterday was our lab. You submitted yesterday. We're going to look at your thing tomorrow. So it's like 2 days, right? And then tomorrow you'll get feedback. Like, you'll definitely get feedback. Even if you've done everything perfect, we'll find something to get you to do. And you'll get some kind of little challenge or extra suggestion that you can do. It's usually not anything super huge. If we find any kind of like obvious problem in the code, then we might point it out. Occasionally, we'll give you a URL to a fork that we are using to illustrate what we're talking about. So let's say you built something, we had an idea of another approach, we might give you a URL that you can look at. In that case, what we've done is forked your pen, done whatever we wanted to show with it, and then given you the URL. So you can sort of compare yours with what we're suggesting. So keep an eye out for those. That's always fun, first round of feedback. So then when you get your feedback, you will also get a grade. Now that is like a suggested grade, basically. We're saying like, here's the grade for as it is right now. But you actually have up until the day before our next lab to work on it. So since we did our lab on Tuesday, basically Monday is going to be final cutoff. All right? So say it again.
If you're happy with your grade.
Party. You know, it's like really I'm cognizant of the fact that people are coming from all different backgrounds and histories and so forth. Some people are more experienced programmers, some are less experienced programmers. The main thing is participation. With participation, you will get through this. Now, my hope is that partway through, you're going to be like, oh my God, I actually get this. And you start having fun with it. You know, that's a very satisfying time. And I think if you really work hard on it for the next couple of labs, you'll hit that point. I'm sure you will. Let's see. So yes. So then today we'll do, because we have a bit of overlap, today we'll do a lab, and then like 2 days from today would be first check-in for today's lab. So there's always 2 days to first check-in, and then another 4 days until like final review. Now that final review will look at, did you actually implement the stuff that you were asked to do or suggested to do? Or if you didn't want to and you had a good reason not to, did you like say something about it to say like, oh no, I'm trying to do this instead? Like those are the ways that you let us know what you are doing. Because if you just, here's a key point, guys. If you just implement the feedback, we might not catch it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be, personally, from yesterday's class, I'll be reviewing 8 of you guys, which means that, like, unless you point out to me that you've done it, maybe I miss it. I got a lot of other projects on the go besides doing this stuff. So make it easy for your reviewer to notice what you've done. It's just really helpful for them. And then it's also good for morale. You know what I mean? Like they like working with people who are enthusiastic and enjoying this stuff. So it'll be more fun for everybody if you put a little effort in that communication.
When you fork something in CodePen,
Yeah.
it shows in Forkit, right?
That is true. That is true.
I was trying to find a way to save in my pens, but
There's no way. Yeah, the only way is to copy everything, put it in a new
then
pen.
it's gonna change the URL.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But it's fine if I leave it here.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think what we're going to do today is I'll get you guys to make a new pen, just so you can start showing stuff in your own portfolio.
It's so bad. I tried
Yeah.
like always and
I know.
couldn't.
I know. They changed that. It didn't used to be like that. It used to go in your pens, but now, for some reason, it goes only in the fork. Yeah. So here, let me mention that point for you guys, just because I think it's worth knowing about. If you are looking for your work that you've done in any of your previous labs, if you click on your profile here and you go to your pens, you may not see it in here if you forked my pen to start with. You have to go over into forked, right? And then you'll see it. So if it seems like it's not there, that's probably what's going on. In the beginning, when you go to your profile, you're going to see your public pens. But if you started working off of a fork, then it's actually over in the forked here. So you wouldn't necessarily see it, right? So don't be confused about that. So for instance, from our lab yesterday, if you started out by forking the professor mode session that I was working in, it's going to be under forked. It won't be under your public pens there. It's basically, they're trying to give the original creator credit for what they've made. So today we're going to do it just a little bit differently. Today what I'm going to get you to do is to make a new pen. And your first little task is going to be to get your environment set up. So you're going to look at what we did in the previous one, figure out what script tags you need, figure out what settings you have to turn on and so forth, and get yourself ready to work in a React application. So go ahead and get a start on it. Make yourself a brand new pen.
Copy that URL, the new one? Is it there?
Yes, yeah. Make a brand new pen. Don't forget to save it first, and then submit that for lab 2.
It's lab 2, right?
It isn't allowing us.
What?
Yeah, it doesn't allow us.
With pen submission, when I click, there's no
There's
thing.
nothing there. It's the same for me.
Give me 1 second. Oh, this is my bad. I got the date wrong. See how it says up top there? The 6th. But today's the 5th.
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second. Because it won't let you submit ahead of time? That's what's going on. Okay, hold on 1 second, guys. I got the date of this class wrong here.
Make it lenient.
Remember they changed the schedule, right? So give me 1 second.
Just put an if and else statement. if it's 5th July?
Here, you know what? I will use this opportunity to show you guys the little of the back end of this thing. So I've got a couple of extra options up here because I'm logged in as an instructor. And if I click on here, I can now go into like the instructor only area where I create your labs. So I'm gonna go to 420, burp, and pick today's class. And then it's lab 2 right here. And I gotta adjust the date. So right here, I should have a date picker. And yeah, today's the 6th. Oh. Wait, no. Okay, you see my problem. I have no concept of time. There we go, 5th. So then that makes this the 7th, because that's like 2 days. There we go. So let me give that a save, and that should take care of things. Okay. So what are you guys seeing now?
Now we see the
Lab 2. There we go. So the 5th. Hopefully you should be able to submit now.
Mine popped up and popped away.
The transition was
Refresh your page.
Check it out.
Refresh your
You
page.
do this. Hey, refresh. Pops up and goes away. Refresh. Pops up and goes away.
Clear your cache. Might be a cache issue.
for the last one. Can we still change the CSS style now?
Can you still change what?
CSS style.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Yep,
What's
yep.
the due date like between
We'll be looking at it tomorrow.
tomorrow?
Yeah. And then you've still got the rest of the week to work on it.
Okay.
But if you do something nice before we look at it, that's great. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go
Look
for
at
it.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Is the submission working for you? Really? When you refresh it? Okay, give me 1 second. Oh, sorry guys. This is my bad. Ooh, that may be my bad. Okay, let me. So nobody's been able to submit, right? Oh, that's on me. Sorry, guys. So here's what we'll do. Let's keep working. I'm hoping that in the next couple of minutes, the back end will notice the change that I pushed and it will start working. But there's no reason why we can't go ahead and get started with things. Okay? If you aren't able to submit before the end of the class, then I'll find the problem and we'll just have to submit it afterwards. Is it? Is it working? Oh! Forget everything I just said. We don't make mistakes like that, so. Shit. Just after I ate crow. Okay, so it should be working now. What's going on there? So remember yesterday I was telling you guys like most of the work that used to be done on the back end has now been moved to the front end. And we're using a service called Firebase. for the back end instead of having to write all of these code and so forth. Firebase this year introduced something really cool at Google I/O, which is their cloud services that allow you to basically set something up that says, hey, whenever you see a change happen to the database, do this. So we're using one of those in the setting the dates for the submission there. It's what prevents you from submitting ahead of time. It also checks if it automates the auto fail if you have not submitted anything during the 2 days. So a little later on, like when we get up around lab 8, I'll actually be showing you guys how to do stuff like that, which is, it's so good. I think you're gonna love it. Okay, so back on track. Your goal is to take that new pen that you've just made, take a little look at what we did yesterday, and see if you just can't go through the steps to get your environment set up, and maybe get one little component showing on your screen, right? One little stateless function. If you could do that, that's the bulk of what we did yesterday. So a little bit of review.
He wants us to go back into our old pen, right?
Yeah, feel free to look at yesterday's pen if you want to remind yourself how to do it. Oh yeah, sure, you can copy if you want. Yeah, go for it. The goal is just to go through the steps of getting your environment set up.
Do we need the Jasmine and the other script?
No, don't worry about Jasmine. We won't use it today. Today we're mostly doing styling, and usually you don't have too many unit tests on styling. Now while you're doing that, I'm going to put an extra resource into Lab 1 for you. So down here, I've got this little interface that lets me add new resource links to your lesson here. So I'm going to add one. I'm going to jump over into my YouTubes. I got a brand spanking new video for you.
Do we still need the Jasmine thing in Lab 2 as well?
No, let's not do Jasmine and unit testing today, because today we're mostly going to be about styling.
Pick Jasmine out.
I am here to do a... So not to interrupt you while you're working away on that, but I just dropped a new video into Lab 1 here that just sort of walks through the unit testing part of it in a little bit more detail. So whenever you want, feel free to check that out. That should help you out. That's it. That's the main thing I think people will miss. I like this